Welcome to Techzine Talks. We're here at ServiceNow's Knowledge event in Las Vegas, and we're talking to Amit Zavery. He's President, Chief Product Officer, and Chief Operating Officer at ServiceNow.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us here.
Yeah. I want to talk to you about your ServiceNow strategy around CRM, because it looks to me in the last year you've moved towards that industry a bit more. At least you're more focusing on and naming CRM specifically.
Yep.
Can you tell us what your CRM strategy is? Basically?
Sure. To be very straightforward, we've been in the CRM space for many years now, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have been delivering. If you look at CRM market, there are multiple segments to it. There's customer service, there's Salesforce automation, there's marketing automation. So we've been focused on areas where ServiceNow has a lot of natural capabilities around service management, resolution of issues, managing the whole workflow around it, and any complex workflows, how do you automate and improve that? So in CRM space, you look at the segments like customer service. It's a natural growth area for us because we've been solving customer issues, resolving their concerns, fixing things anyway for a lot of employees for many, many years at ServiceNow. And we can easily extend that capability now to customer service. So that's where our natural growth has been, and we've been doing very well. Customers are appreciating a modern stack, modern technology offering, which can deal with complexity and can rewire a lot of things on the fly to solve customer issues. So it's been a good growth area. Now, if you take that further, we're seeing a lot of areas around in CRM around, say, order management. Again, it's a complex use case. It requires a lot of workflow. It requires an outcome. It's not about just finding information, but finishing a task. Just like customer service, you resolve an issue. In order management, same thing. You finish a task and get an order shipped, the fulfillment. So that's why we are in that space, because it's a natural extension, again, for ServiceNow to be able to provide all the capabilities and solve a problem every customer's face in that space today. Because there's a lot of things, if you look at order management, it's very fragmented, pieces working across multiple different products, and customers are really dealing with a lot of complexity. So we can solve that. Yeah. Similarly, if you look at our acquisition, we announced about Logik.AI, CPQ. What is CPQ? Configure, price, quote. It's a process, very complex. You have to configure a lot of different things, but the outcome is a quote. So you are taking a lot of information, you're resolving things, you're getting approval from many people, and then you're getting a quote out to a customer.
Yeah, that's basically what the traditional CRM is nowadays. But then you write in your press release, and I quote, groundbreaking CRM designed to disrupt an industry long dominated by outdated and overbuilt systems.
Yeah, so if you look at, same thing, right? If you look at customer service, you look at order management, you look at what's happening in CPQ, there are a lot of systems out there. It's a hodgepodge of different capabilities. People have integrated it, customized it a lot. It's not one platform. It's not one data model. It's not one way to run and operate. And it's not very flexible, right? So what we believe that if we can provide the same kind of capabilities what ServiceNow has been doing for many, many years, wiring the enterprise and providing that capability as workflow for that space, I mean, customers really are finding a lot of value because of that, where they can take a lot of the various different systems they have and connect them together.
Yeah.
And
how
that's
do you
where
see that disruption?
Disruption is basically people having to not wire everything very, very rigidly. The dynamic workflows we provide with AI agents, I am able to now work across many of these different silo systems and connect those things in a much better architecture way with agentic AI, as well as integration into pre-built different systems, and not having, as a customer, having to go and keep on maintaining those things and keep on doing these things in siloed and wiring them themselves and then changing things, which is not very, very easy. We are able to do much better. I mean, we're seeing customer success now very fast, and customers appreciating the removal of those painful points they had with siloed systems today. Yeah. Now, that's the difference. I mean, that's just a fact.
But ServiceNow is mostly an enterprise business, mostly, sure. I say. If you look at the CRM market, even if you look up the quadrants and the waves and you know all the reports are out there, there's kind of one vendor out there that's high in the ranks where you're competing with, and that's Salesforce, I guess. Do you think you have the ability to disrupt them as well?
Well, again, we are not here trying to look at vendors, right? Our view is outside in. Okay. What customer problems have been solved? And I don't think any of the existing systems customers invest in are completely going away. So we work and interoperate, right? We have a lot of customers who have CRM from vendors like Salesforce, HubSpot, and others. This is okay. But can you wire, just like we wired, connected today, for example, if you employee productivity, we wire products like Workday, UKG. We think we have systems which are coming from various bespoke environments. We were connecting them anyway. And they're becoming the way people are using the systems, and then we become the system of action. And that's exactly what's happening in the CRM space today. Customers are re-looking at how do I get value out of my millions and millions of dollars of investment today. And there may be areas where they might re-platform. In some areas, they will connect. And that's what our plan is.
But I think most of your customers, our customer with ServiceNow, but also our customer with Salesforce. Most of those companies have multiple contracts, multiple vendors, and they all will be wondering, why should we choose ServiceNow over Salesforce, for example?
No, we are having that today already. Yes, in customer service, customers are choosing us over other vendors when they find our value and our products at a better fit for the business. And we have customers, we see some of the announcements this week. Many customers have deployed customer service CSM product, which is CRM. So people get very excited about that we're calling it CRM, but that's what it is. CSM is in CRM. And somehow people are like, oh my God, you're calling it CRM, but that's what it is. I don't know what else you call it, right? So, and they're like, okay, there's a company which is big there, so you should not be talking about CRM, which is kind of strange to me as well. Like, why not? If that's the problem I'm solving, and customers are finding value, and they're deploying it, why not, right? So that's the product we have delivered today, and it's been very successful. And we continue to interoperate and replace wherever it makes sense for customers. We are not the decision maker, customers are. So the outcome is always going to be based on, can we deliver right value? Can we provide some better outcome for customers? Is it the solution which meets their needs? And does it really help them go to the future of agentic and other things they want to deploy? And so far, the response we're getting from customers is very, very positive. And that's why we keep on investing in it, to keep on solving those problems. And that's really how we should build products.
Yeah, but I do believe that vendor or customers will look at vendors very from a standpoint where they can get the most value.
Yeah.
And you're trying to beat a vendor who specialized in CRM for the last 20
I don't think
years.
Anybody has birthright in a space. It's kind of strange to say that they own a segment.
No, I'm not saying they own. I'm saying
everybody has a right to play if you can deliver the out. I mean, the proof again is always going to be based on where customers are willing to find value of the solutions I'm delivering. And I don't think so anybody can claim they own the whole segment end to end and nobody else should play in it. So I think it's really going to be, can we deliver capabilities for the future and reduce the pain point customers have it today? If you ask many customers today, are they happy with the CRM? 90% of the customers will say no. And that's a fact. So I cannot change that fact.
And why is that? Because you probably did research.
I'll tell you many things, right? One, the fragmentation. The platforms today between customer service, marketing, Salesforce automation, order management, CPQ is very fragmented. It's a bunch of different technologies, different stacks, and really, as I said in my keynote, connected by chewing gum. It is really fragile. And the amount of money invested in customizing, maintaining, and not being able to deploy future capabilities is really bad. It's really horrible for a lot of customers. So they are looking for alternatives to kind of take a lot of the hodgepodge of stuff they have built or taken from many vendors and bring some solution sanity and get some better ways to run and operate the business. So CRM, just like many other areas, I mean, I don't think that CRM is the only one I would pick. A lot of areas in enterprise software, when a lot of customers are frustrated and they are unhappy with a lot of the things they have over time inherited, and they're trying to now maintain that fragmentation, the silo-ness, and try to get business value out of it. That's the change we are trying to bring in. ServiceNow has always been about how do I get value at a business process level with various systems in place. So Salesforce, Workday, UKG, SAP are not different. We work with them.
So they're all trying to make their data models better and let their products
that's what we need.
Get them on the same data model.
That's good. That's good. I think all vendors owe that to our customers. So I would encourage them to do more of it. But if you ask a customer today, is it there today? No. there is a problem still they're facing, the amount of investment they make. If you look at the amount of millions of dollars being spent on a lot of the different pieces of CRM, it's very, very high.
Yeah.
And if you ask a customer, did I get my ROI on it? Most of them saying no. And you ask them why, is because of fragmentation, multiple stacks, multiple technologies, not customizable, it is not future-proof, a lot of the pain points. And our goal is, as a trusted provider to our customers, why not solve the problem?
But all those vendors you name, Workday, SAP, Salesforce, all have platforms that are customizable.
Yeah, but they're very siloed by one area. If you look at them, they don't go end-to-end across all the different processes. Companies don't run by silos. The processes connect like CPQ, or when you connect that to order management, and now you connect that to your employee productivity. They all need to be connected. All of them are providing pieces of which is great. But that's our job, is to connect the systems together.
Yeah, but I think the whole industry is moving towards one platform, basically.
But it's not easy to rewrite all those platforms. We've been building it much better way for many, many years. If you look at a lot of the platforms today, they are still being built in a siloed manner. If you look at, you should talk to customers and find out from them, do they think there's one platform across all of these things? Today, no, other than ServiceNow.
Yes and no. I think you also have some legacy customers who still need to migrate to your new platform.
No, I think our platform, good thing about what we've been doing, and I do really get very excited about having one architecture with one data model.
Yeah.
And one user experience and all that kind of stuff. We have built that from ground up the same way for many, many years. What I mean is that today, if I have to connect 15 different things, each of them comes with different technologies.
Yes.
So SAP or Salesforce, they're doing a great job of solving the problems they're very good at. I'm not saying no. But when you connect those two things together, who will do that job for you? None of them are doing that. We are doing that for them.
I think all those platforms come with automation tools as well.
Yeah, I hope that can solve it, but today customers are not seeing that. Yeah. And again, the goal for all of us needs to be solve the customer problem and let them pick which solves the best for them.
Yeah,
right? And we are just providing as one of the choices. And if it turns out that we are not doing a good job, we will fail. Simple. I mean, that's the way the world works. And so I expect the same thing. If SAP and others are delivering great things and they can solve it, I would love to work with and continue to deliver value to our customers. And if customers see that's the best way, that's fine. I mean, there's no issue for us.
Oh, and I think it's a good thing you're moving more prominently into the CRM space, because more competition means that everybody will put their A game on and make more innovation possible.
Yeah, we will always been about, can we find where we have natural capabilities? Can we deliver value to our customers, right? And we found that happening with CSM, happening with order management, happening with CPQ and those areas. And it's been validated from customer feedback, and we want to make sure we can solve that problem if there's a value for our customers. Yeah. So that's very straightforward for us. The way we think about it is really outside in. And if it works, that's great.
Yeah. Besides technology, because I read your press release really well, you also named, and I do agree on that, is that there's also a shift change needed within the people that work for companies, because they still use their spreadsheets and their manual processes, and you can build whatever technology you want. If people keep working that way, it will never get a good ROI in the end, because all those spreadsheets, you can index a spreadsheet, but it's really hard because you need to link everything together. How are you going to make sure organizations will change those employees or change the learnings of those employees? Because I think that's a very difficult part.
No, you're 100% right, Cohen. I think the fact is cultural changes are harder than technology changes, as you know, right? And I think that's what every vendor has faced. And this is just a reality, how the technologies and IT landscape has evolved. And what happens in the technology side versus what happens in the human side is very disconnected in many ways. Our goal is to, one, make it easy so that you don't really have to go to backup plans. The reason people are using spreadsheets and other systems are because offline things is because the technology they might have been given is not good enough in many cases, right? So the reason you will say, you know what, I have this system, I log in, I don't get value, or it's not very easy to use. I will do it on a spreadsheet and just run my business separately. And over time, maybe somebody will sync it up, because you don't want to slow down your business. But if we can now elevate our capabilities to make it simple, easy to use, and integrated, and remove the swivel chair, as you heard Bill talk a lot about it, right? The systems are fragmented, and you are logging into 7, 8 systems to do simple things. So our goal is to really, can I combine that interface into one easy-to-use experience, and is productive enough that you don't have to revert to backup plans. The only reason people have to go to spreadsheet is when my systems doesn't work. So what we are investing in is to improve that experience and provide interface or connectivity to all the different things. So as a user, you are not doing swivel chair. We are doing that for you, right? We are taking that pain point out. And that's what I meant when we have all the systems out there. We will connect them. We will provide an end-to-end business workflow and an experience that customers now, they think of this as an integrated experience while we do all the heavy lifting in the back end. And that's the goal we are delivering against.
So basically it comes down to making the product as user-friendly as possible.
For sure. User-friendly as well as connected at a business process level. Not the app integration. I think as we talked about, a lot of the systems are integrated at a data level or application, but not at the workflow level. That's what our thing is. How do you elevate the integration to be a business process level integration?
Yeah.
So that it's dynamic enough, but it's also end-to-end. Where the application can still integrate. I mean, they have point-to-point integration, and these are not new things. I mean, app integration has been around for ages, but has not solved the problem of business process integration. So what we're doing is elevating that with one user experience, but also flexibility at a business process level. And now you bring AI agents, agentic, it even becomes much more dynamic.
Yeah, and it becomes almost fully automated.
That's the goal.
That's what you're.
That's what we're working. Exactly. That's what we're working on, right? So what we're seeing customers now do with our agentic workflows, and we use it internally at ServiceNow as well, is the ability to do that. And it's helping customers now not see the fragmentation. They are abstracted out. The fragmentation is abstracted out because we did the heavy lifting. So that's why when you talk about CRM and others, that's what we're trying to solve for. I mean, there will be vendors who will solve for it, and maybe it worked very well. Again, I have no problem, and maybe the problem customer has can be done in that way. But when you start seeing, if you look at any company out there, they probably have 40 different SaaS systems.
Yeah,
if not more. If not more,
the
exactly.
Average applications is 900.
So there you go.
Something.
So then, even if you say I'm building one platform for my product at say any of the SaaS provider, it doesn't solve the other 899. And that's the goal we've been always doing, and that's what we're bringing to the table.
But do you believe that your CRM business will take away business from other CRM vendors, or do you think it will come from different processes as well?
I don't know. That's a customer choice. I don't know the answer.
Oh, but maybe there are. Maybe you see customers that don't have a CRM, or maybe have a very basic product. Or
sure,
so.
there will be opportunities for us to be the full provider. So that we, like in customer service, we are a competitor to other customer service products. It's just not Salesforce. There are many other vendors out there.
Yeah.
I mean, look at
on service. There are many vendors.
So we compete, and it will take away business from somebody else if we win that particular customer.
Yeah.
In some cases, it might interoperate because customers have invested in something and we run across it. So I think there is opportunities for us to be in many ways solving the problem, and that might impact some vendors. Sure. I mean, it's all about customers deciding where they want to invest and how much money they want to spend, either maintaining legacy or rewriting the future, right? It's just a question of where they want to focus on.
Yeah, and it's a way to position ServiceNow as a more easy to understand company, maybe. If you go for HR, go for CRM, it's because the workflow company was always a bit hard for.
Yeah, I think it's, you're right. ServiceNow is a hard one to explain to a lot of companies, even though we're kind of the backbone. And I think Bill is right. We are the enterprise operating system for a business, which is what we are. But it's harder for people to understand that. Yeah. I think, again, as I said, we are not, in some cases, there will be some overlap with some of these vendors. Some areas we will be interoperating. We are not building an HCM product, for example, right? So it's just like we are not building an SFA product. But that is, everybody like CRM is SFA for a lot of people in their mind. But we are not doing a Salesforce automation product. We're doing integration across all the stuff, right? So I think if you think that way, there will be opportunities for us to interoperate. In some places, customers might say, you know what, I love your platform, ServiceNow. I'll build my workflow on it, and I will make the full end-to-end on it. Yeah. It's possible.
But you also want to compete on sales.
Sales order management.
Yeah.
Yes, because that's the order management is the it's a fulfillment part of the process, not forecasting part of the process, not sales management. I'm not managing reps or anything like that, right? But sales order management is about a process which cuts across all the different requirements to fulfill an order.
Okay, so if we come back to the Salesforce comparison, you don't want to go head on with Salesforce.
Yeah, I mean, I think the areas we do compete with them in customer service.
Yeah, service.
Yeah, but that's, again, it's a CRM. So yes. A lot of people get confused. Why are you calling CRM? But that's what it is. So that's what it is.
But their sales product is not something you want to
No, we are not in that space. We are not doing marketing automation. A lot of customers do, by the way, take up platform and build that automation product themselves.
Yeah, that's possible. Yeah.
That's fine. I mean, that's what a platform is for. A platform is always, if you look at a product like Creator, we provide the same stack for customers to build their own workflows. And today, if you look at a lot of debate out there, what happens? Can you build your own data schema? Can you build your user experience using much better technologies and faster than buying a lot of applications in some cases? And some customers might go down that path. As I said, our goal is always, one, provide customer choice. Second, remove the complexity, abstract out all the underlying integration, and run at a business process level. And that's why we become the enterprise operating system, because we're doing it at a business process level. It's about employee. See, the thing is, a lot of this system of records and other things are also doing employee productivity. We're becoming more enterprise productivity. And that's a big difference. Again, the leap for us is really showing that enterprises are gaining a lot more value. And employee getting productivity is good. We also provide a lot of employee productivity too. But now, can you take it to enterprise productivity? This is where the business process level integration matters a lot more.
Okay, and I think most of our readers will think now, okay, but if I want to adapt to this, how hard is that? Because I have my current service in place. How hard is it to migrate to ServiceNow?
No, it's not. So that's not. You're not migrating. That's where the difference. That's why it's harder to explain ServiceNow, as you said.
Yeah.
Today, we interoperate with 100+ different systems. They did not have to replace the existing investment to get value out of that investment and get better outcome, because we're doing the business process integration. So ServiceNow works in conjunction. In some cases, you might replace over time. Yeah. But it's pretty straightforward, right? I mean, today you can deploy.
Because you're really good in customer service. So if you have a customer service application, it's better to migrate probably.
Yeah, or you might deploy a new one, or you will migrate. Yeah. But we have customers who have migrated their old legacy customer service to us in 6 to 8 weeks. Okay. And some large enterprises might take 3 to 4 months. But the good thing is, as I said, the process management and the dynamic ability to rewire your processes, because a lot of time people just, I'll simplify it. And at the end, we have a large knowledge base. Customers, when they're fixing a customer issue, the end customer issue, but as an enterprise, we can get you that information to an agent or an AI agent and give you the outcome you expected. And that's what the people love.
Okay. Thank you, Amit, for this good conversation on your CRM strategy.
Sure. Enjoy the rest of the event and look forward to your feedback in terms of what you think we should be looking at and any area we think we should be thinking more about.
Okay. Thank you. And see you for the next episode.
All right.